Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffany. I'm here to let you know that this video is one of a series of videos on this subject. So I was inspired in the middle of the night. I woke up and I had this idea that I could create a decision flow chart for each of the human design energy types and its authority. I want you to know that I'm taking a topic that is very nuanced, that it can be complicated at times, and I'm distilling it into a simple flowchart. Please keep this in mind when you're watching the video for your energy type and your authority. It's nuanced, but it's a great way of just kind of mapping out and just showing you the steps. If we were to slow down our decision-making process and really tune into our strategy and authority, and how those two things work together, the flow chart is going to give you just a very simple, distilled version of how it might look in a very perfect situation. And before I get into the decision flow chart for your energy type and authority, I just want to let you know that you can find me at www.aluxuriousmind.com. I want to let you know that there are multiple ways to work with me there. I have some courses on human design. I just released a course called Unlock Your Money Code, and I have a free library of all kinds of good things that you can check out, and there's no strings attached. I'm not even asking for an email for my stuff in my free library. So if that is of interest to you, go ahead and pop over there as well when you get done with this video. All right, so you are a manifestor and you have ego authority or heart-centered authority. So the starting point of our flow chart is a job decision, a project decision, event decision. You've been invited to something. Maybe you've been given job opportunities or asked to apply for something or being given a job offer. So the first thing you're going to want to check in with is, does this thing align with my genuine passions, interests, my sense of curiosity, and my skill set? If the answer is no, then you may want to consider maybe this isn't the right thing for me. If the answer is yes, then you're going to want to go on to the next step, which is note your heart pool. So the voice of the ego, or the heart energy center in human design, it speaks through the language of the material plane. It's about wants. It's about wanting recognition. It's about wanting to be seen. It's about wanting money. And it's about wanting to go after things. And so because the ego energy center is also called the heart center, we also want to think of it as a heart pulling. Like, is your heart pulling you in a certain direction? Do you selfishly want the thing or don't want to do the thing, but you don't know why? This is how that voice is going to speak to you. So after you've checked in to see if you have a heart pulling towards something, if that decision is clear and it's a yes, then obviously this is something you're going to want to decide to do. If you're saying to me, I still don't know, I have no idea, I'm confused, then what is probably happening is that your mind and your intuition are in a battle, and the voice of the mind is getting in the way of you being able to tune in to what that heart longing or that heart pull is for you. So how do you distinguish between the voice of your mind and your intuition? So the voice of the mind is going to be able to be traced back to logic. It's an if this, then that scenario. So if I take this job, then I make more money. If I take this job, then I have a better schedule. It's those very like practical thoughts that if I do this thing or make this decision, it's going to benefit me in this way or have this outcome. Also, the voice of the mind, it can tell you stories. For example, if you're invited to an event, you're not sure if you really want to go, but your mind is like, oh my gosh, I should go to this event because I haven't seen this person in a while, even though I'm like, my heart doesn't really into it. Like, I don't want to go to this thing, but I feel like I should go to this thing. When the mind is saying you should do something, this is when you can tell, okay, this is the voice of the mind trying to overcome my intuitive voice. When you have ego authority, it's very important for you to become comfortable being selfish. And I mean the word selfish in the positive sense of that word. Remember that this voice is coming from a heart pull, a heart longing that can't be explained by logic necessarily, but it comes from a more selfish place. I just want this job because I deserve and want this title selfishly. I want this job title. I just do. I am going to go in back to school and get a PhD because I just want to do it. I don't know what the job opportunities will be after I do it, but I want my PhD. I want that recognition for the work that I've done. It's coming from this intrinsic, selfish, in a good way, place. I want to do this thing because it's going to make me feel more powerful or feel more empowered and more in my worth. I want to do this thing because, and I feel this heart pull towards it because it's going to give me the recognition and I'm worthy of it. So the language of the ego energy center is going to come from this place. If I do this, I might feel more empowered. If I do this, I'm going to get exactly what I want, even though maybe I don't even know why I want the thing. Or maybe you don't want the thing and there's really no logical reason why, and your brain is trying to talk you into doing the thing, but you're like, I just don't want to do this. I don't know why, but I just don't want to do this. So that is how that voice is going to speak to you. And then lastly, once you have teased out the difference between the voice of the mind and your intuitive voice, that heart pulling that you have, you're going to want to do your manifestor strategy, which is to inform people around you wherever you think it's appropriate. All right, so that completes this video. If you have any questions for me, please let me know.